1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
My name is Philip E., and I'll be giving an informative speech about Magic the Gathering. Magic is a collectible card game that was created by a fellow by the name of Richard Garfield. In the article 65,001 million by Rich Stein, he stated that Wizard has reportedly stated in the past that 20 million people play Magic the Gathering across the globe. Magic is the largest collectible trading card game in the world. And if you don't know it, you already know someone that plays Magic the Gathering because it's such a big game and a part of our culture. I personally play Magic the Gathering, consume content, watch videos, and I'm actually studying to become a level 1 judge for Magic the Gathering. So today I'll be talking about the past, the present, and the future of Magic the Gathering. So allow me to explain what Magic is and where it came from. In 1993, Richard Garfield created Magic the Gathering to be a complex game that's different every time you can sit down and play it. And now with a card pool of over 170,000 cards, it's easy for every time you play to have a different experience. It was originally made to be 2 players playing against each other, and they would be called planeswalkers, where they cast powerful spells and summon creatures such as orcs, goblins, and giants to fight on your behalf. In the original game, you were meant to take your opponent from 20 to 0 for you to defeat him and win that match. Now, it has grown in such a way that you can play it in so many different ways and with so many different variations to the style that you can play it in so many ways that it has now been branched into 2 separate play groups. The casual crowd, which is also known as the kitchen table players, and the more competitive players called the tournament grinders. Tournament grinders go out and play in the sanctioned Magic the Gathering tournaments called Grand Prix, PTQs, and preliminary PTQs, which allow them to actually compete against high-level players in hopes to make it to the Pro Tour. And once they win the Pro Tour, they get prizes and actually get monetary value. But it's been said that players will play on the Pro Tour even if there was no prizes because they just enjoy the competition of playing against the very best. Now, kitchen table players actually have been rumored to make up over 90% of the player base, and they only play on kitchen tables, and that's what makes it so hard for Wizards, to the developers of Magic the Gathering, to actually know exactly how many players there are in the game, because they're not trackable since they do not go to tournaments. You don't know how many they are. The Wizards have done their best to try and figure that number out by going off of product sales. Product sales has exponentially grown in the last 6 years by 35% each year. They have started in 2017, they've actually put out 14 unique products compared to 2009 when they only put out 9 unique products. And that's even more than in 1999 when they only put out 5 unique products for that year. As we've moved forward from the days of infancy of Magic the Gathering, it has actually grown to be a worldwide phenomenon where every person knows at least one person that plays Magic the Gathering. Now, the finance of Magic the Gathering is pretty interesting because Wizards does not sell single cards. They only sell cards in booster boxes. Booster boxes contains about 25 to 36 individual packs that contain 15 cards, and they are at 4 different rarities: common, uncommon, rare, and mythic rare. In each pack, there's 10 commons, 3 uncommons, and 1 rare or mythic rare card. Because players build their decks with whichever card they want, naturally they want some of the more powerful cards that only come 1 per pack. And if we're talking about mythic rares, only 4 to 6 come in each booster box. So if a person wants to buy an individual card, the company actually sells these booster boxes. People buy hundreds of booster boxes, crack open each box, and sell those individual cards, and that's where the inflated supply and demand comes into play. If there's only 1,000 of one card, but 2,000 people want it, the supply is going to be very low, demand is going to be very high. There's actually a card called a Black Lotus that is, if you look on eBay, would cost you $50,000 for this one card that was released back in 1993. And that is just a artificial value because this card could be printed just as much as any other card, but Wizards refused to reprint this card. And now it has become a mainstay of a card that everyone wants, but not too many people can have. Now in the future, Magic the Gathering is moving from an analog game to a digital game. And there's a competitor called Hearthstone, which is crushing Magic the Gathering in the digital space. It's been out for only 5 years, but it has over 10 million users in that one product, where Magic's online service only has 250,000 concurrent players. But even though Magic has been lacking in the digital space, it has started making steps to try and catch up to Hearthstone. It is now in works to bring their IP into a digital video game. They are rebranding the online application to be Magic Arena, which is going to be the new thing that everyone's excited about, and they actually have a movie coming out. Now, Magic sales have been improving every year, and is also headlined Hasbro, which is its parent company biggest con, or similar to a Comic-Con. And Magic actually headlined that show because how well it was perceived in the last couple of years. Magic the Gathering might not be the first, and it won't be the last, but it's been the most consistent over the years, showing growth, and it looks to have another 20 years of great times ahead of it. Thank you.